On the road, in the air, on the water. Buckle up. Always wear a life jacket.
Hey guys, we're here with Brian, VP of Sales at Aqua Bound and Bending Branches. He's going to walk us through a couple of their new paddles. One that we're standing in front of here is the Aerials. So tell us something about this that you really love.
Yeah, so the coolest thing about this is the aramid thread that we're using to stitch the blades together. So a normal composite paddle is held together by layers of either fiberglass or carbon, and we're bonding those materials with resin. What we've done here is before that bonding process, we're stitching this aramid thread into the edge of the blade. That stitching is going to do a couple of things for us. It's going to help with our, it's going to help prevent impact resistance. It's going to give us quite a bit of strength and durability on that edge. And it's also going to prevent delamination. So that aramid's a super tough material. We expect that thread to help these blades last 3 to 5 times longer than a blade that doesn't have that.
I've seen a lot of my friends who have paddle blades that start out this big and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller as the years go on. Is that basically what you're preventing?
We are going to prevent that. It's going to get smaller up until it hits that thread, and then we expect it to stop getting smaller.
Perfect. That's cool. And you showed me something really cool over here.
Yeah.
With your...
So this is just a little bit of the, let's see. This is a little bit of the example for how we kind of got to our final design. So this is a little sample of how we would normally lay up a composite blade. Whoops. So we'd normally lay up a composite blade using 2 layers of fabric, bond it together by resin. We then have a machine that's going to rip those layers apart. And this particular sample ended up ripping apart at 17 pounds of force. That number is kind of not too important, but 17 pounds of force rips that bond. So then we test out a little zigzag pattern with that aramid thread. We thought that material's super tough. Let's see if we can bump that up. We rip it apart. This double stitch aramid thread ended up getting us 250 pounds of force. So it took way longer to rip that thing apart. Then we got to our final layup where we have multiple layers of thread in there, and this actually ripped apart at 495 pounds of force. We're actually breaking the carbon, and the thread is still totally intact. That material is super tough.
Very cool.
So.
Awesome. And then I was holding this paddle earlier. It feels very grippy.
Yes, so we have, our engineers spent a lot of time designing a shaft that's going to feel really comfortable in the hands. So 2 things we've done with this is we've actually made the grip a little bit more triangular than your traditional grip, and so it's designed to fit in the crease of your fingers a little bit more, and then we've added a little texture to the shaft so that you always have a good grip on your paddle. You're not worried about it slipping or sliding when you get into a tough spot.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. Well, that's really cool. I love the innovation. Thank you so much for walking us through that.
Yeah, my pleasure.